Jason Statham, the bald-headed British powerhouse who redefined action cinema without CGI or stunt doubles. The former Olympic diver who became Hollywood's highest-paid action star, commanding $20 million per film, has punched, kicked, and driven his way through over 50 movies grossing more than $1.5 billion worldwide. That at 58, he remains one of the most bankable stars on the planet. But this is shocking. This is heartbreaking. This is devastating. This is not a story about overnight success or easy breaks. This is a story about a working-class kid from Shirebrook, England, who watched his father struggle to keep food on the table. About an Olympic hopeful whose dreams were crushed before they began. About a street hustler selling fake jewelry on London corners just to survive. About a man who lost his mother to cancer while filming in distant countries. About an actor who nearly drowned filming The Expendables 3 when a truck plunged into the Black Sea with him trapped inside. The world sees the invincible action hero, the man who never uses a stunt double, the fighter who does his own stunts at 58 years old. But behind that granite jaw and steely gaze lies a story not glamorous, but brutal. Not about fortune, but about fighting for every single opportunity when nobody believed a bald British guy could become a movie star. If Jason Statham has ever made your heart race during an impossible car chase or impossible fight scene, hit like as tribute to his authenticity and unbreakable dedication to his craft. This is the story of how a black market salesman became Hollywood's most genuine action star, and what it cost him to get there. July 26, 1967, Shirebrook, Derbyshire, England. Jason Statham was born into a world marked not by celebration, but by hardship. His father, Barry Statham, was a street performer and lounge singer who struggled to make ends meet. His mother, Eileen Yates, was a dancer. The family had little money. Shirebrook was a coal mining town where opportunities were scarce and futures were predetermined. The beginning was not glamorous, but defined by struggle. Jason grew up watching his father work multiple jobs, singing, selling, whatever it took to feed the family. Money was always tight. Clothes were hand-me-downs. Vacations didn't exist. But Barry Statham taught his son something invaluable: work ethic. Jason discovered diving at 11 years old, not because his family could afford lessons, but because a local program offered free training. He was a natural, fearless, precise, disciplined. For the next 12 years, diving consumed his life. He trained 6 days a week, woke at 5 a.m. for practice, sacrificed friendships, parties, childhood. He competed on the British national diving team for over a decade, traveling to competitions across Europe. His dream was the Olympics. He trained for the 1988 Seoul Olympics and the 1990 Barcelona Olympics. He qualified for preliminary trials. He came heartbreakingly close, but not close enough. What few people know is how devastating that failure was. Jason had given everything, his entire youth, to diving. And when the Olympic dream died, he had nothing. No degree, no backup plan, no money. At 25, Jason Statham was unemployed and directionless in London. He took whatever work he could find. He modeled for French Connection clothing brand. He sold perfume and jewelry on street corners, some of it legitimate, much of it knockoff goods in the black market. He's admitted in interviews, "I was a bit of a street hustler, selling fake stuff." You do what you have to do to survive. It is heartbreaking when your dreams collapse and you're left scrambling just to eat. But Jason kept hustling. 1997. Jason Statham, 30, was selling goods at street markets when a chance encounter changed everything. Director Guy Ritchie was scouting locations in London and noticed Jason, his look, his demeanor, his street credibility. Ritchie approached him. "You ever acted before?" "No. Want to be in a movie." Jason thought it was a scam, but he showed up to auditions anyway. 1998. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels was released. Jason Statham played Bacon, a streetwise hustler, essentially himself. The film, made for just $1.35 million, grossed $28 million worldwide, and became a cult classic. Jason earned approximately $5,000 for the role. Not much, but it was a start. Guy Ritchie cast him again in Snatch in 2000. Alongside Brad Pitt and Benicio del Toro, the film grossed $83 million worldwide. Jason's paycheck jumped to $50,000, but Hollywood wasn't calling yet. He was 33 years old, bald, British, unknown in America. Agents told him he'd never be a leading man. Studios wanted pretty boys, not rough-edged Brits who looked like they'd actually been in a fight. Then came 2000 to dot The Transporter, a French action film directed by Corey Yuen and produced by Luc Besson. Budget, $21 million. Jason was paid $750,000 to play Frank Martin, a stoic driver for hire who follows 3 rules and kicks everyone's ass. The film grossed $43.9 million worldwide. That not a blockbuster, but enough. The Transporter to followed in 2005, grossing $89.1 million. Jason's salary jumped to $3 million. The Transporter 3 in 2008 earned $109.5 million. Jason made $7 million. He became a franchise star, an action icon, the guy who did his own stunts, his own fight choreography, his own driving. No CGI, no fakery, just raw physicality. By 2010, Jason Statham was commanding $10 million per film. The Expendables franchise with Sylvester Stallone, The Mechanic, Safe Parker, Homefront. He churned out action films at an industrial pace. Then came Furious 7 in 2015. Jason played villain Deckard Shaw opposite Vin Diesel and Dwayne Johnson. The film grossed $1.516 billion worldwide, the highest-grossing film of Jason's career. His salary for Furious 7, $13 million. He reprised the role in The Fate of the Furious 2017, $1.236 billion, and Hobbs & Shaw 2019, $760 million. At 52, Jason Statham was finally a global superstar. August 2013. Bulgaria. Jason Statham, 46, was filming The Expendables 3 on location near the Black Sea. A stunt involving a truck was being set up. Jason sat in the driver's seat during rehearsal while crew members adjusted cameras. The parking brake failed. The truck rolled forward, straight, toward the edge of a dock. Jason had seconds to react. The 3-ton truck plunged into the freezing Black Sea with Jason trapped inside. The water was 60 feet deep. The truck was sinking fast. Most actors would have panicked, drowned, died. But Jason Statham was a national-level diver for 12 years. He knew how to hold his breath, how to stay calm underwater, how to escape. He smashed through the window, swam to the surface, and pulled himself onto the dock. Crew members rushed to help. Medics checked him. He was shaken but unharmed. Sylvester Stallone later said, if anyone else had been in that truck, they would have drowned. Jason's diving background saved his life. Jason filmed the next scene 2 hours later, but the trauma lingered. What few people know is that Jason had nightmares about drowning for months afterward. He's spoken rarely about it, but close friends say the incident changed him, made him more cautious, more aware of mortality. Then came 2016. Jason's mother, Eileen Yates Statham, was diagnosed with cancer. He was filming in China when he got the call. He flew home immediately to England, but the prognosis was grim. The cancer was aggressive, terminal. Jason put his career on hold. He spent months by her bedside, caring for her, talking with her, holding her hand as she grew weaker. Eileen Statham passed away in late 2016 at age 76. Jason was 49 years old, and the woman who had supported every dream, every dive, every film, was gone. He has rarely spoken about her death publicly, but those who know him say he was devastated, that he canceled interviews, avoided red carpets, withdrew for nearly a year. The world saw the action hero, but the truth was different. Behind the granite exterior was a son grieving his mother. Then came another blow. Jason had been in a relationship with model Kelly Brook from 1997 to 2004, 7 years. They were engaged, planning a wedding, and then Kelly suffered a miscarriage. The loss shattered them both. Jason has said, "It was the hardest thing we ever went through together." The relationship ended shortly after, not because they didn't love each other, but because the grief was too heavy. It is devastating when loss breaks even the strongest bonds. At 58, Jason Statham has found something he never expected: peace. He's been in a relationship with model Rosie Huntington-Whiteley since 2010. They met at a party in London. She was 23. He was 43. Critics said it wouldn't last. They've been together for 15 years. They got engaged in 2016, the same year Jason lost his mother. They have a son, Jack Oscar Statham, born June 24, 2017, and a daughter, Isabella James Statham, born February 2, 2022. At 58, Jason is a father, a fiancé, a family man. His net worth is estimated at $90 million. He owns properties in Los Angeles, London, and Malibu, California. He drives classic cars, Aston Martins, Ferraris, Jaguars, and still trains 6 days a week in martial arts, kickboxing, and gymnastics. He's filming The Beekeeper, Levin's Trade, and Mutiny, 3 action films scheduled for release in 2024 and 2025. His salary per film now exceeds $20 million. He still does his own stunts. At 58, still refuses stunt doubles. Still performs fight choreography that would injure men half his age. He's quieter now, more selective about roles, more present with his children. Rosie has said, he's the most devoted father. He cries when he watches Jack sleep. The man who plays invincible heroes is, in private, tender, vulnerable, human. At 58, Jason Statham stands as proof that authenticity beats artifice, that hard work trumps natural talent, and that the toughest battles are the ones nobody sees. From Shirebrook, England to Hollywood. From diving platforms to the Black Sea, from selling fake jewelry on street corners to commanding $20 million per film. From losing his Olympic dreams at 25 to losing his mother at 49. From nearly drowning in a truck to becoming a father at 50. This is not a story about a superhero. This is a story about a man who refused to quit when every door slammed shut. Jason Statham never had a backup plan, never had a safety net, never had anyone hand him anything. He earned every punch, every stunt, every dollar, and at 58, he's still earning it. If this story touched your heart, leave a tribute below. Share a moment when Jason's grit, his realness, his refusal to fake it reminded you that true toughness isn't about never falling. It's about getting back up every single time.